Hello, am I audible? Can you hear me? Don't just listen to me, please do think about what I am trying to say as well. A very warm welcome to Be Aware Soul YouTube channel. We all know money plays a very important factor in our life. So when you talk about money, there is nothing that can happen without money. So let us take a general example, like you have got your salary today, and as soon as you get your salary, you have a lot of commitments in life. You need to pay EMI, rent, bills, and so on. At the end of the day, what happens is, as you get your salary, all your salary is gone out of the house. You had to pay all the bills and so on. Now you need more money for some other reasons, maybe for some medical expenses that has come suddenly and you don't have money for it. At this point, you might think of one option that is there, that is borrowing money. This is one situation. There is another situation wherein you have lost your job all of a sudden and now you don't have money to pay your bills. So at this point, what would you do? You would want to borrow money, right? So one or the other instance, you will want to borrow money in some or the other way. And when you talk about borrowing money, taking loans as such, is it an easy task? Never. It is not at all an easy task. If you have to go to banks to get your loan, it is a huge process. It takes time because they need to verify whether you will be able to pay that back and so on. And it is not easier to get loans if you have lost your job. This is a situation where we become a prey for online frauds, online loan app, which is illegal. We don't even have time to think about whether this is legal or illegal, whether to read the terms and conditions. We just want money. So today we'll be talking about how to be safe from such loan apps, what we need to look into, what are the factors that we need to look into before we take a loan from an app, so that we don't become a part of a scam, so we are not exploited as a result. So here is a story that was shared in India Today News, wherein there was a person who lost his job. So after losing his job, he had to pay EMIs and medical needs of his parents. So he had to take a loan. So he uses an online app that gives loan, and he takes a loan of 30,000. But what he receives as a result is only 27,000. So he was confused and he asked the customer care. So when asked to the customer care, they said that, this is the tax detected at source. 3,000 we deduct it before you get the money. He didn't have any other option but had to abide by this. After that, he had paid the entire amount of 30,000 in 2 months. But what happens eventually is he gets a call from the customer care of the loan app saying that, you need to pay a 30% interest rate, that is rupees 9,000. And this is not fair, this is illegal. But then what they said was, if you're not going to pay, we're going to call your friends or family members and threaten them as well. So he was confused on how did they get this information, where did they get the information which was not provided to them. So the information actually was given to them, or what they found out was from the phone. When you download any app, they ask for your permission to ensure that they need your storage, contact details and so on. So from that, they were using your data illegally. This is an instance of an online fraud that happened using a loan app. Most of the cases are not reported, and there are many people who may fall prey of it. So how do you stay careful from it, or how do you save yourself from such a trap? Here are a few things you need to keep in mind when you want to take a loan, especially from an loan app that is online. So there are 4 to 5 things that you need to keep in mind. So let us start with the first thing. The first thing you need to know is whether this app, the loan app you want to take a loan from, is according to the principles of RBI. Are they abiding by the laws that is made by the RBI? So that in turn means that they should be registered as a non-banking financial company under the Companies Act. So why do we need to know whether this app is registered under the RBI? Is because of the fact that we should not be exploited. So when they come under RBI, they'll have to follow the rules and regulations that are given for non-banking financial companies, and so it would ensure that there is no hidden cost and the interest rates are within the limits of what RBI is said to do. So if we are going to ensure this first factor itself, what happens is we won't be exploited at any point of time. Even if they're going to ask extra charges, you can complain against it and you can take action against it. So when you look at the second factor that is required for you to check in, I would like to give you an example. Normally when you buy things online, maybe you're buying a cloth online, on online websites, what happens is they give you offers telling that, you know, it is there only till midnight, so hurry up and buy this product. So what you would do if you really like that product is that you will be in a hurry. Okay, the offer is going to get over now. You wouldn't check on other factors. Maybe this product would be in the same price even after offer the next day also, but you wouldn't think about that. Rather, you would want it very badly and you wouldn't think about other factors at that point of time. Your only aim would be that, okay, I need to buy this product. The same thing is done by the loan app. Let's take for example, there is someone who calls you from the loan app at around 4 o'clock and they start explaining to you the different kinds of loans that is available for you. And at a point they say, you know what, until 5 there is one offer that is going on, which means that you'll have to pay only 1% of the interest. So you will be in such excitement, you are in need for money at that point and you will be in such excitement telling that, okay, the loans are going to be available at just 1% interest rate, that means I should go for it. What happens as a result? You don't have time to look into the terms and conditions. You don't have time to look into the what hidden costs are there as a result of this. Then what happens after 2 months is that you realize that this 1% interest offer was only for the first month. After that, you'll have to be paying nearly 25% of the interest and you were not informed about it, but it was there in the terms and conditions which you agreed to. So you cannot fight for it now, right? This is something the loan apps do. When someone is trying to push you or force you, telling you, there is a deadline, so you need to do it before that, never accept to that. Ensure that you see what all are the terms and conditions, clear your doubts, and only then you need to take the loan. The third thing is that when you talk about loans, there is one important problem that we have. That is, it is not an easy process at all. We don't get loans at ease. There is a huge verification process that goes by. They'll see whether we'll be able to pay back the loan. Are we even eligible enough to pay such loans? And so on. So here what happens is, they say, you get loans within an hour. You will be able to get loans very easily without any kind of struggle. You should have a doubt at that point itself. When they say that we are not going to check into whether you will be able to pay the loan or not, but they want money for the verification process. Maybe they'll ask you like 100 to 400 rupees for the verification process, and then after you pay it, what happens is you can never contact them. They're not available at all. This is one thing that happens when you talk about fast loans. Another thing that happens when you talk about fast loans is that their main intention would be your personal information. They just want to gather maybe your bank information, your personal Aadhaar number, PAN card number, and so on. They just want your personal information, and for that they will try doing some or the other sort of things in terms of telling that they'll give you loans at a faster pace, but at the end of the day they'll never give you loans. So you need to be careful of this kind of a scam. The next and the last thing you need to check is that there should be a physical address. Let's say you got cheated like this. There's a app you download and there's a customer care person who calls you as a result. They ask you to pay an initial fees of 1,000 rupees to get the amount, the loan amount you want. And you are so eager, you wanted 50,000 rupees. They have no problem with whether you'll be able to pay the loan back, or do you have a good history of loan payments, do you even have a job. They don't have any problem with that. So even you are happy, you are eager that you're going to get 50,000, so you give you 1,000 rupees. But what happens eventually is that you don't get any more calls, you don't get the loan. You want to complain. On whom would you give the complaint? You need to have a physical address, right? So most of these loan apps which are a scam wouldn't have a physical address because they don't want to be kept track of. If they have a physical address, someone or the other will catch them and their loan scam would burst. And finally, the last thing you need to ensure is that you read the terms and condition properly, because you know, when you see the terms and condition, the term of it, they might have something in it. They might have some hidden cost in it. And if you sign the agreement and you are agreeing to their terms and conditions, then it might not be quite possible for you to fight against it later. So every time you need to ensure that to take proper check of whether there is a hidden cost in the terms and condition. It is true that all of us are in need of money, and there are a few people who do not have employment and they have a situation of emergency. It can be medical emergency and so on, and they would need money at that point of time. But you need to ensure that at least these 5 factors are looked into before you want to take any loan, because you might be exploited if you're not going to look into these factors as a result of your emergency. This video is a result of the loan scam burst that happened in Telangana. This is an awareness video to ensure that anyone who wants loan should look into these 5 factors before jumping into conclusion or before getting loans. So thank you. Have a nice day. Please do like, share, comment and subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe, and you can visit my blog beawaresoul.com, and you can follow me on Instagram, Twitter or LinkedIn. Thank you. Have a nice day.